Recent press conference, Russell Westbrook was asked if Steph Curry is an underrated defender, at which he laughed. Phil, was it advantageous for him to laugh at this type of statement?
I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting how in Game 5 we actually saw Steph Curry play some really decent defense, even on Kevin Durant getting some nice steals, and I think he's a system defender. As Justin and I have spoken about a lot of times, Justin schooling me as he always does. The point guard defense isn't what it always gets chalked up to be, and sometimes a little bit more about the team defense. And I think he understands that perfectly well. So is he an elite individual one-on-one defender who can stay in front of Russell Westbrook? Well, let's just say unicorns don't exist. So it doesn't matter,
nobody
right?
could do that.
Right?
So
and
to build off of you there, Phil, Russell Westbrook with Steph Curry as the primary defender in this series, shooting 32%, with everyone else covering him 44%. So Curry's doing a good job. And part of that's because Curry's playing with Draymond Green. He's playing with Andrew Bogut, Iguodala a lot. So he funnels them to that help defense, which is what point guard defense is really about. He fights through screens. He funnels them to help. And it's a team effort to stop these elite point guards or to try to slow them down. So while one-on-one in space, is Curry going to stop Westbrook? No. But he's a good team defender, and he's a good plus defender overall.
Let's switch to the offensive end for these two guys. I mean, I kind of attribute Russ to a hurricane. He just kind of does a million things all at once. And Steph is, absolutely lethal from 35 feet out, and the defense gravitates towards him. Phil, who would you rather have offensively?
Listen, to me, it depends what version of Russell Westbrook you're getting on that night. Is he I'm the point guard, I'm the best player on the court, I'm going to attack and take brutally poor decision shots, take way too many threes, even though I shoot a low percentage? If you're getting that Westbrook, I'm taking Curry every time, just because he manages the team a little bit better and his ability to shoot. But at top game, I don't know, like if we're talking, they're both, like if we're seeing point guard Russell Westbrook, that guy, when he's on, his heat check meter to me is a bit higher than Steph. And I know I'm gonna need a lot of crow for this because Steph can drop a lot of points too. But when we're talking about steals, rebounds at the point guard position, when we're talking about deflections, when we're talking about like more than just scoring, I think Russ has a tiny bit higher ceiling, which gets overshadowed because of the splash that all those threes get.
Justin, here's an interesting kind of parallel between their careers. Both had a lot of injuries early on. Russell had 3 or 4 knee surgeries, Steph the ankles.
Well, that was a little more recent for Russ, right?
Yeah.
Like he hadn't missed a game since high school, and then he had the bad luck recently.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to have long-term more health? I mean, Russ is just relentless offensively.
I can't see Westbrook's body holding up the same way as Curry's. I mean, if Curry has a recurring injury, we don't know how serious this knee thing is. That might be an issue. Russ doesn't seem to have any recurring injuries right now, which is big for him. But that style of play just is taxing on you. And for someone that doesn't have an outside shot, that's a little turnover prone at times, if that athleticism goes and he starts getting more injuries, I just don't think his game translates as well.
Well, that's Anthony McDyess at that point. If you guys remember back to the 90s, like the power forward, who just everything was predicated upon as being a 6'9" super athlete. Yeah, McDyess shout out. But yeah, no, I totally agree with what Justin's saying there.
And Phil, just to go back to what you said before, Curry led the league in steals this season, so he gives you more than shooting as well. I think Curry's just the more devastating player, and I like shooting from the point guard position. Westbrook's a 29% shooter.
I think Westbrook's more disruptive. Like I agree, Curry probably gets a few more steals, but being that hurricane that Marc was talking about, I think he just makes people a little bit more nervous. Although we're talking about elite players, right?
That's gambling versus good defense. I think Westbrook plays a little bit of that Rondo defense, and I'm not sure that's the most effective way to play.
The one thing I'll say about Westbrook this year, at least these last couple months, is that he seems to have a willingness and an ability to make teammates better offensively that I have not really seen from him in the past. So I still give it to Steph, but props to Russ. I think he's been maturing as a player at age 27. You know, he seems like he's 23, but he's 27.
As long as we see point guard Russ, I agree.
Yes, as long as that guy's out there, these guys have a shot.